Hello, and welcome to Let's Play Sakura Sphere. This is a game that I bought on Steam like a week ago or something, 1.5 week ago, I don't know, something like that. It was on sale and I happened to see it. It's a very short game. You'll be done with it in a few hours. Well, it's a visual novel. And yeah. Apparently there's no voice acting in this, so I'm going to do an awkward girly voice, which hurts my throat. Oh no. My bad. I don't know what all the options in this is, but I'm going to do it anyway. Let's see here. Yeah, it has a full screen options. Whatever, I'm just doing it in this mode. So yeah, let's start and we'll see how this goes. Let's see if I can finish this in one day, one sitting. Well, depends if nothing happens to me. Okay, let's start the game. Every person has a dream they wish to pursue. Yet, as people grow up, they often come to realize the truth. Dreams are nothing more than fairy tales. At least that's what most people say. Hello? Hello? Is it stuck? That was weird. Now what about those who do end up accomplishing their dreams? Are they merely incredibly lucky?
Every man has a dream he wants to accomplish. However, there is something really important you should know, my boy. A real man doesn't give up on his dreams, no matter what overwhelming challenges he may have to face.
I still remember those foolish words my dad used to say, but despite their silly nature, I found myself inspired by them. That flute! Oops, I missed the text, sorry. Hang on, how do you, nope. I don't know what the hotkeys of this game is, so, shit, not good. Well, I figured out some way or another. It didn't matter whether I watched a match on television or read a manga about some heroic martial artist. It's always been my dream to become a martial artist one day. Of course, it was a bit childish of me to think I could become a hero simply by learning martial arts. Even though I already understood that superheroes were nothing more than figment of my imagination, I still had a desire to use my strength for the sake of others. My name is Gushiken Takehiro, a 70-year-old rising judo star. And no, that's not me bragging. I'm actually about to take part in a tournament 2 weeks from now that could make or break my career on an international level. Of course, I'm excited about the opportunity to finally accomplish my dreams and represent my country as a sport that I loved, but the same excitement also made me feel incredibly nervous. And while those worrisome thoughts haunted my mind, a familiar voice resounded from outside the window.
Oi, Taka-kun! Get your butt in gear!
Okay, I'll be right there, Koyomi.
This doesn't help that I have a cold, you know.
Not wanting to keep Koyomi waiting, I quickly dashed towards the door to let her in, not even realizing that I was still in pajamas. Hold on a second, Koyomi. Gotta grab my shoes before we head off to school.
Really? I never realized our school had a strict uniform or sleeper policy. Nice jammies. By the way, did you borrow them from your mom?
For a moment, my eyes drifted downwards, noticing that I was indeed wearing my pajamas. I let out a groan of annoyance and marched back towards my room. There's nothing wrong with my jammies. The Golden Knight is famous comic book hero in the West. Besides, really? The Golden Knights? Huh. Besides, not everyone prefers to sleep naked like you. Mumbling those words, I started stripping out of my clothes, not particularly minding the presence of the girl behind me.
That only happened once. You know very well I was super hot that night. And geez, warm me before you stripped naked in front of me, you idiot!
You didn't seem to mind it when we were little. Maybe you want me to turn around instead?
No, stop! Don't make me kick your ass!
I decided to tease her enough and quickly pulled on my pants, proceeding with the remaining few items of clothing before I was suitably dressed for school. Besides, I had a reason for being so distracted.
You've been distracted a lot lately. What's going on in that hollow skull of yours?
It's that upcoming match. I have no idea how anyone can remain calm when an international career is at stake. I wouldn't be surprised if I had made up enough doomsday scenarios to fill up Apocalypse genre.
Alright, that judo thing. I'm sure you'll do fine. I've seen some of your matches and you kick butt. And of course, if you're really worried, you could always pray.
Pray?
What?
Don't you... what? Hang on.
What? Don't tell me you don't know. It's one of the school's legends. Apparently there's some shrine out in the forest that, if you pray to it, brings you good luck. Ichikawa-san said that his sister prayed to it the night before her exam and she got a perfect score.
A shrine that is said to bring you good luck. Sounds like bogus to me, but at this point I'm willing to try anything, I guess. I'll ask Ichikawa-san about the locations. I'm not exactly in the mood to get lost in the forest and end up in the modern-day Tarzan.
Well, whatever. If you do go looking, at least send me a message to let me know. And will you hurry up? We're going to be late again.
A hero is never too early, nor are they too late. They arrive precisely when they are needed. But for the sake of avoiding the tension, let's hurry.
That's a wizard, not a hero, genius. How can one person be so sports nerd and such a geek at the same time?
Let's not forget the Casanova and Man of the Year candidate bits. They're important details.
I doubt you qualified for either of them, Pajama Boy.
Anyway, let's boldly go where everyone has gone before, to school!
Nerd!
Several hours later. And we see some dots. Later that day, I finally got a chance to talk to my classmate about the location, the shrine, that Koyomi had mentioned earlier before, and why did it deselect my screen? What the hell was that about? The game just got deselected for some reason, I don't know why. The gym was the last thing on the schedule for today, so once people got ready to go home, I approached the guy. Hey, Ichikawa? Ichikawa? Is it true that your sister discovered some shrine that is said to bring you good luck? Ho ho! Let me guess, you want to date her? Well, even though I do have to admit that she is very attractive, I'm afraid she's already going out with someone. Not to mention, you're not her type. I already got my hands full dealing with Koyomi. You can keep your sister to yourself. Joke aside, I'm more interested in a shrine. Did she mention where she found it? I mean, did she mention where she found it? Little bit hard to read for me with the color. I didn't know there was anything near the forest aside from the dojo. Oh well, she said something about her being near a river, and quite high up. To be honest, I wasn't paying much attention when she was going on about it. I mean, she was wearing this top and it was tight and... Stop! Hey, I have a new item in my inventory. I don't know what it is, but okay. So, I seriously don't need you to hear the details, and I doubt anyone else is interested. So do you know anyone who might have heard about the shrine? Cold. Are you guys talking about a lucky shrine out in the forest? The one and only. According to Ichikawa's sister, there's supposed to be one near a river. Wait, who said that line? Was it me or him? Oh, that's me, okay. I don't know about that, but there's fiery girl, this Sakura Dojo, who knows more about it. Wait, are you talking about Arya-sama? About the star ridiculous strong and super scary? That's the one. Oh, in that case, I believe I can still be of help, Takiro-kun. I know where that place is. Hang on. They really need to invent a cold medicine that works forever. Of course you do, we both do. You just want to tag along, don't you? I don't think Arya-senpai will appreciate you visiting her with your usual tricks in mind. Do I need to remind you what happened the last time you tried to peek at her after she finished practicing? Blood, sweat, and tears. Shut up! I lost who was saying what.
Shut up!
Shut up! I don't peep on the ladies. That's slander, you know? I should sue you. I would never look upon Arya-sama's glorious body in any state of nudity. Oh, so you haven't seen her naked yet? I've seen a bit of a side boob, but the hole I found didn't really let me get a good view. There you go. Someone call the cops. Ichikawa for peeping Tom has confessed. I playfully patted Ichikawa's shoulders and turned around and grabbing my bag in the process and prepared to leave. I'm so not used to doing many voices. At all. Thanks for the tip, Ishikawa. I'll let the judge know you were most helpful during the interrogation. This is unfair. I'm scorsed. Or, I think you pronounce it like that. I won't say anything a word until I speak with my lawyer. Once school was over, I decided to take my chances with a little bit of intel I had managed to obtain from my classmates. If memory serves me right, Arya-senpai would be practicing at the dojo today. Of course I knew her. She was a judo student just like myself, but for whatever reason, she has been refusing to compete in any tournaments for a while now. Arya-senpai, are you around? I shouted her name as I parked my bike, looking around for any signs of the girl.
Pardon me?
Follow the shot so you will find her. I grinned briefly as I saw Arya seemingly in the middle of practicing a series of motions, almost as she was fighting an imaginary opponent. Perhaps now was a perfect opportunity to surprise her a little? That will never end well, most likely. I snuck closer, making sure as little noise as possible before I reached a hand towards her shoulders. Arya! Feeling a hand on her shoulders, Arya reacted. She grabbed hold of my hand and with a loud grunt shifted her weight, curling and tipping me over her shoulder. I didn't have time to brace myself for the impact before I hit the ground like a sack of potatoes.
Yeah! No one sneaks up the great Kunechi Arya. Oh, Taka boy, I didn't realize it was you. I'm sorry. Are you okay?
That totally did not sound good at all. Most likely. Kunoichi. More like Tasmanian devil. That throw didn't have a shred of mercy in it.
There's no mercy in the ring, Taka boy. Better you learn that now in 2 weeks' time. Let me guess, you want to do some sparring, don't you?
I actually came here to ask something, but I guess little sparring wouldn't hurt.
Oh? What do you want to ask? We've got all afternoon, and I could do with a bit of a break anyway.
Where to start? You used to take part in the big important matches in the past, right? Didn't you ever get nervous before going into the ring?
Oh yeah, this one time I got so nervous, I hit it.
Sorry.
I hid in the kitchen cupboards until my dad found me and dragged me into the car. Of course, that was when I was like 8.
Well, well, obviously, I can't go and hide from Image. But one of my friends made a stupid suggestion that I go and pray or something. Honestly, at this point, I'll do anything to calm my nerves a little.
Taka boy, are you sure about this?
You mean the match? Of course I am. I've been practicing judo ever since I was old enough to walk. This is my chance to finally represent this country and a sport I love. Arya seemed to think for quite a long time, all the while tapping her jaw with her finger. Eventually, she snapped her fingers and grabbed a tight hold of me.
Alright, I'll tell you the way to the shrine, I know. But it's going to require more than a simple clap of your hands and the bob of your head. You need to give something to the shrine, something of value.
I guess I'll have to think of something before we get here. Thanks, Senpai, I appreciate the help.
Me? Oh, no, Taka boy. I'm not going with you. I've got training to do. Besides, you've got to take this step yourself. I can draw you a map and show you an easy way to get there, but you'll be on your own.
You're not tagging along, aww. Not even a little while? Pretty please?
Afraid so. Taka boy, let me just grab some paper and draw that map for you.
After Arya returns, quick preparations were made, and I followed the directions noted down on the map. Surprisingly, it wasn't all that far. However, the hint on how to find my way back, in case I got lost, was a bit sketchy. Just look down and you'll be able to see the roof of the dojo from anywhere on the hill. The forest near the dojo was my first challenge to overcome, and I hear a bird. A narrow path coiled along the trees. Nearby was a river Ichikawa's sister had mentioned. I followed Arya's scribbles with a bit of skepticism, but after an hour or so I had finally arrived at the supposedly legendary shrine. The shrine. That I don't know how to take away the dialogue to make a perfect good screenshot, damn it. Maybe this key? This key? I don't know which key. Damn it!
The
shrine itself seems surprisingly well maintained despite being in the middle of nowhere. It made me wonder if someone could be secretly living there, perhaps some secret martial art master? Thoughts of a hermit living in hiding within the shrine in order to prepare my hip self for an upcoming battle between good and evil started to develop in my mind. I guess it's too good to be true. I sighed in annoyance at the fact that aside from the shrine itself, the ground surrounding it seems completely abandoned. There was no way anyone could be living here. For the time being, I decided to focus on the reason behind my visit. It only took a few moments before I gathered the courage to approach the building. Once inside, I found a rather fancy-looking altar of sorts at the back of the room. I guess this is the thing everyone's talking about. Silently, I folded up the map I had been given. Putting it inside my bag, I approached the altar. I was kind of skeptical about the whole religious aspect, so I wasn't too sure if this was actually going to work. I don't even think luck will do much good in a match like this. In my opinion, there wasn't any room for things like luck in martial arts. Judo is all about using your knowledge, using the knowledge you have gained through training. Of course, a good amount of talent also helps. There was simply no room for something as superstitious as luck. Clearly this was going to be a match where my expertise, experience, and talents would be pushed to their limits. Nothing more and nothing less.
How curious! The boy doesn't believe in superstition, and yet he stands here, surrounded by the very thing he denounced.
Upon hearing the voice, I looked around, trying to find the source, but there was no one to be seen. Who's there?
Quite the cliché question, but the right thing to ask is, where am I?
What are you talking about? Show yourself!
Not yet. Entertain me a little while longer, would you? This is a place like no other. Why did you come here, if you do not believe in things such as luck?
I came here to prepare myself.
Oh? Do enlighten me about what this something might be that you are preparing yourself for.
I felt a little bit annoyed as the question continued. Maybe if I kept talking to her, I'd be able to find out where she was hiding. Sheil? Who is Sheil? I'm preparing for a tournament, a judo match.
Judo? What might that be?
Seriously, you don't know what judo is? It's a highly skilled combat art.
Aha! Sorrow, you're a warrior. Hesitant to go into battle and come here in the hope of finding the resolve to fight.
I'm not sure about the warrior part.
How fortunate. It just so happens that there is a need for one of your kind.
My kind?
A hero. This shrine makes fortunes to heroes such as yourself. Our very great heroes must sacrifice something in return.
Sounds like Sounds like what the others mentioned. Your version sounds better though. My phone is going over and over. Laughing briefly at the story, I decided to play along and clap my hands together in prayer. So, what's next? Do I offer up my allowance or something?
Don't be silly. Money is little importance to a hero. For you, the sacrifice will be some.
Shut up, phone. Hang on. Just keep bugging me. Okay, on we go.
Don't be, blah blah blah. For you, the sacrifice will be something of much greater value. I will be looking forward to seeing what destiny has in store for you.
As on cue, I began to feel nauseated. The moment the girl words reached my ears, my head spinning wildly, slowly I staggered backwards, collapsing onto my back. As my vision grew blurry, the sounds of approaching footsteps could be heard.
Good luck, hero. You're going to need it.
What are you, a succubus or something? I don't know. Despite my attempts to get back up, all I managed was a brief look at the girl. Brief look, my ass! You completely see her. The sights of horns and tails left many questions, but before I had a chance to utter even a single word, my consciousness succumbed to the darkness. Rays of sunlight stared at my back. Steered me back to life. A groan of annoyance leaving my mouth while I tried to get back onto my feet. I felt dizzy, but the first thing I noticed was that I was no longer at the shrine. Instead, it looked like the forest near the dojo. Of course, my first thought was to look around and see if I could find the girl from before, but not a trace of her presence remained. To make things even stranger, the path that I had followed amidst the trees seemed better maintained than I remembered. I should probably head home. The thought was cut short when the sound of several female voices could be heard nearby.
Get back here! Stop him at once! Just what do you think I'm doing? I'm chasing them! I'm trying to stop them! Yeah! I think they noticed what's missing on this, Sama. Keep running, little one. We might be just making.
I don't know. I pressed too fast by accident. Just when I thought this day couldn't get anywhere, the sounds of heavy footfalls could be heard nearby. Hello! What in the world is going on here? Funky music, that's what. I want this soundtrack so bad. Further ahead, I saw a couple of girls in fast pursuit of even more girls. However, there was something off about the scene, something that didn't even make any sense. The girls being chased had ears and the tail of an animal, and the pursuers appeared to be armed with a katana and naginata.
You confident fox, come back here at once! Return what you stole immediately! Give me back my panties! Ikage, how could you say something out loud like that?
Panties, panties, panties!
Oh no! Help! Save us from the rampaging woman!
As I watched the girls run off, I couldn't help but find myself struggling with the decision to leave them be. While I didn't know what in the world was going on, the two girls armored rather realistic-looking props. Surely they couldn't be real. Had me worried. I couldn't very well call myself a hero if I let something like this go by without acting. I'm so going to regret this. Mumbling annoyance, I chase after the girls.
Ikage, go around to the left! Right!
What?
I said left! Why do you always undermine me?
Sorry. I'm having a lull moment at the moment. LOL. And his music isn't helping much, is it?
I was saying right. You know what? Never mind. Just run after them.
As I was chasing the girls, I noticed that the trees seemed to be getting denser, making it gradually more difficult to navigate along the path.
Oh, Sama, I don't think I can run.
What the hell was that? Sorry, my screen just flickered. Why did my screen flicker? I don't know.
Oh, Sama, I don't think I can run much more. I'm starting to feel a bit... Just a little longer, Maiko-chan. We're almost... Maiko! Not now! Sorry, One-sama. Scissors attack!
I arrived just in time to find the scene taken straight from action movie. The girl with the blonde hair had collapsed, held in her companion's protective embrace. The two armed girls were approaching them, almost unmistakably with a killing instinct running amok. And he seasoned martial artists would have felt it. Those girls were going to be in for a beating if I didn't stop them.
We've got you now, thieves! I'm going to personally drag you sorry butts back to the town of your boat butt in the stocks. Maybe I'll even show you how it feels to run around with any artisan.
Why the hell is my phone lighting up the entire time? Weird. Very weird. I don't know why. But this is distracting me.
Yeah, I'll do it. Oh, damn it.
Again, my game, it deselected my game again. What the hell?
Yeah, although I must admit, having a breeze down there does feel kinda nice. Gives me feeling fresh and tingly. Yeah! Hikage, goodness! Don't you have any shame? This isn't about you, it's just about our undergarment stolen, and these two criminals being brought to justice! Sama, it hurts! My head hurts! Shh, it's going to be okay, little one.
Not for me, my jaw's hurting!
Hey guards, if you're so desperate to have your underwear back, then here, catch! Stop it right there!
However, before I was able to interrupt the conversation, the silver-haired girl tossed something into the air. That's silver? Is her hair silver? That's debatable. Whatever it was flying straight towards my head. Two samurai girls instantly grew flustered.
I can't see! Who the hell does it?
Peeling items off my face, I raised them into the air, looking like a professor examining an important sample while the thieves made their escape. A pink bra and a lacy black panties? Oh boy, I knew this wasn't going to end well.
Ah, you there! Are you in cahoots with those crafty foxes? And hand those back immediately! Those evidence for a crime, and not for everyone else to touch!
drop the badges right now! I'm insistent that they're proven guilty. It's one of the golden rules of the court. Just stop pointing those weapons at me so I can hand over your undies without being turned into a shish kebab.
Wait, no, stop! Shut up! Just drop your hands in the walkway. I'm Sakura, chief of the village guard, and I'm ordering you to drop that you're holding right now.
I don't know if any village guards, and I seriously doubt a cop would go around dressed like that and wielding a katana. More importantly, the ground you're muddy and dirty. Are you sure I should drop the evidence here? I mean, I could, but
Yeah!
before I could react, pink-haired? That's red-haired. Before I could react, the pink-haired girl launched towards me, and the pointy end of her naginata aimed at me for my gut. My reflexes caught it just in time. I was able to palm away the spear as it sailed through the air. I struck upwards of the wooden shaft of the Venus, sending it up into the air, by causing the girl to lose her balance.
Narumi, I did not order you to attack.
Fine. I'll give them back. Gee, it's just my luck to find a bunch of crazy girls with weapons. Extending the hand that held the undies. I tried to hand them over something that would soon end up regretting.
Ha! You take off of something simple, fool! You may have fooled me once, but I won't let that happen again.
The woman swung her weapon by, arcing the thick wooden pole into my body before I could dodge. She then lunged forward and grabbed me tightly, pulling my arms around my back, leaving me with sore ribs and in a prone position. I could have fought back, but I figured it would have led to more fighting with the possibility of ending up stabbed. I decided to remain passive. The sword-wielding girl stepped forward and grabbed the silky underwear from my hand triumphantly.
Your methods might be crude, but they do get results, Hikage. Tie him up, but bring him for questioning. You probably know where those pesky thieves are hiding. Right!
And people wonder why criminals want to resist arrest at all costs. I mumbled this weakly as the girls with the naginata tied my wrists together in rope and soon felt myself dragged by the duo towards the city. Surely once we are out of the forest, it will stop this act of yours and let me go. Right? As much as I like to fool around, I have more important things to do.
The city? Ha! We're not taking you all the way there. You're spending the night in the village cell, chief, thief.
Why are you calling a thief? I'm the victim. First I get the undies tossed in my face, I had to deal with this physical abuse, and now this accusation. Damn it! Besides, there's no village around these bars. It's a city, you know. Tsukino Toshi.
Silence! Hikage, if he speaks again before we get to the village, you have my permission to knock him unconscious.
Soon dare, tyrant.
That's funny.
And that's how I ended up in my way to the jail cell, cuffed and dragged by two girls, both of whom I started to suspect were crazy. When we exited the forest, alarm set off in my mind. The city I had lived in, whole life it was gone.